Yo, what's going on, and welcome back to some more Yu-Gi-Oh! Master Duel, and today we are continuing our daily ranked using the Dragonmaid deck. This time, I made two slight tweaks to it. I know up here you can see that I have 90 crafting UR points. I will craft Max C soon. I'm just thinking if there's anything else like a one-of that I really need, um, especially for other decks. Like Red Eye's Darkness Metal is a consideration for this deck. But like some things like True King of All Calamities would be really useful to make my Virtual World deck actually work. And obviously Ancient Warriors that I've spoken of many times would be really good for my Tri-Brigade deck. So I'm still thinking. I know it's there. I'm thinking about what to do. But anyways, the two changes that I made. First of all, I was going through my cards and I realized I had Twin Triangle Dragon, which is just a card that people use in this deck. It takes 2 level 4 or lower dragon monsters. And then when it's link summoned, you can pay 500 life points, target 1 level 5 or higher monster in your graveyard, special summon it to your zone. But its effects are negated and it cannot attack. I don't really know what you're supposed to use this card for, honestly. I guess you're probably using it for if you have 2 cards, then you instantly summon this, summon one of your other dragons, so then you have a link 3 and you can make Unicorn. Now I don't have Unicorn. Where is he? Nightmare Unicorn right here. I don't have a Nightmare Unicorn. I didn't manage to pull one when I did a 10 pull on this box, which is unfortunate. But I assume it's just to be able to make this with only 2 cards, which seems like a decent thing, but I don't have it in my deck, so it's kind of irrelevant. To add that in, I took out our Downward Magician, who was in between these two. Honestly, it's because I wasn't using the XYZs, so I still leave the option open where I can still make a Zeus using this card, but now I don't have the Downward Magician to go into. And honestly, that's because I feel like I need, or I at least have the potential to use my other extra deck cards, whereas I just literally am not using these at the moment. But we'll figure out how to fine tune all this. I don't know exactly what to do, and I saw that everyone uses this card in their Dragonmaid deck, and it has like fringe case uses that seem more likely to happen than these XYZs. And then the other change I made is I added a Return of the Dragon Lords. Now, I don't think this card is that great. I took out one of these World Legacy Guard Dragons, which would let me summon a level 4 or lower dragon in my graveyard, which is kind of similar to Hospitality, or like it has a lot of the same uses as Hospitality. But what this one does instead is it lets me target a level 7 or level 8. So any of these dragons here. And then really, I don't care that much about that effect. I just want to get this card into my graveyard. And then when I have it in my graveyard, if a dragon monster you control would be destroyed by battle or card effect, you could banish this card from the graveyard instead. Pretty much what I want this for is if I have a Shayu on the field, and someone tries to pop my Shayu, I don't want to have to activate Shayu's effect to protect herself, or to negate the effect, because then House will come out, and House is just worse than Shayu. I would rather have this in my graveyard and protect Shayu with this instead, because that's how people are forcing out my Shayu effects at the moment, right? They're just popping her, and then she has to react to it, and then that brings out House, which is just a worse card, and then I lose my Negate, whereas this, I could save my Negate. So that's what I was thinking with that. Let me know if that seems smart or stupid. Again, I'm still thinking of crafting my Max Cs. And then I need to figure out where I'm going from there as far as UR cards go. Because you can see here my bookmark cards. I have a lot of cards that I don't have. So like the priorities for bookmark cards are probably Ancient Warriors is up there. I don't even have True King of Calamities in here because this is the most amount of bookmark cards you can have. I don't know why they limited it. Obviously I want my Max Cs. I kind of want droplets, but I'm thinking I might pull for droplets just because they are in a secret pack. So it is viable to pull for them. They're in the Dark Lord pack. I want Infinite Impermanence. This is a card you can't really pull for. Nibiru is another interesting one because Nibiru you can pull for. It's just in a weird, like... I think it has Gradles in it, and then it has, like, the weird outer space bug things or aliens, I don't remember, but anyways, it's in that pack, but like pretty much every other card in that pack is useless unless you're making those decks. So these are pullable, but when you're pulling for them, you're kind of accepting that the other cards you're probably not going to use. Infinite Impermanence, since it's not pullable, we'll probably be crafting that at some point. Ghost Bell is another one that I kind of want to craft, but that one's like furthest down on the list after the other ones that I mentioned. But anyways, that's where we're at with crafting right now. We'll figure it out in good time. Today, for our daily ranked, we only need to win one duel. Win one ranked duel. So hopefully we can get that done in quick time. We are currently gold 2, so we're making some good progress. I think we got gold 2 at the last duel. Yeah, so we need to win 3 to get to gold 1. We're going to keep playing the Dragonmaids, and let's see how it goes. Alright, his little buddy tells me that maybe he's a Dark Magician player. It's very possible that we run into still people playing stuff like Blue Eyes and Dark Magician. It's not that those are bad decks. It's just that they're not as good as some other decks. What do we want here? We have a Tiding in hand. This is a tough one. I think I want to chamber search changeover. Like my two options were either parlor search changeover or chamber search changeover. Neither of them matter because the result will pretty much be the same. Although I think in this case I keep chamber on the field and use the parlor instead. And then we'll probably set the tiding. I think we'll set the tiding because we kind of want to use it to get it into the graveyard. So we're going to use the parlor and we're going to use the red dragon. Summon Sheyu. We'll put tiding down here. We could activate changeover, but we don't want that right now. So then we'll pass. We got Ash Blossom negate. We got Sheyu negate. And at the beginning of his battle phase, we will be able to... Oh, I don't know why. Half the time I forget about this effect. But we'll be able to put Chamber into our hand and summon what's-its-face? The big red dragon. Oh, I should have said this at the beginning, but I'm sure that other people already realized this. I just didn't realize this. The dragons all are just, the letters of their names are just rearranged versions. We're going to negate that. Rearranged versions of whatever their, like, opposite card is, whatever the maid card is. So, like, this one is named Tinkhek, which is just the letters of kitchen. And then Nurses is Ernest. And then Parlor is Lorpar. I don't know what the heck this does. I guess I'll allow that. Wait, isn't Double or Nothing? Yeah, Double or Nothing is that weird Utopia card. Well, I mean, I suppose it could be used anywhere, but the idea is that it's used with Utopia. Yeah, so this guy's Utopia. Special summon this. Card is... So I think when he... Because it gains the effect, right? Yeah, it gains this effect. So when he tries to activate that on whatever he XYZ summons with, we just pop it with Sheyu, I think. Or he's not going to do anything. Yeah, it seems like he's not going to do anything. Alright, fair enough. Kind of want to use our tiding here. One card they control. Do it on a face down. And I will put Chamber back because we need hospitality now. This is the last one he set, so I think I'm just gonna put that back in his hand. So now we only need to negate one card, right? Okay, Return of the Dragon Lords. This is decent. So we'll use Shayu. Wait, all we have is red, right? So I don't want to use Shayu's effect here. No. And I think I use Return of the Dragon Lords. Just to get this into the... Wait, how do I... Yeah, this isn't limited. You can't only use one of its effects per turn. So we can do this right now. If he negates it, that's fine. I honestly don't care. It's just I want to get this card in the graveyard. And he's allowing it, so... Now... the other issue... We just want hospitality. We do this. Search for hospitality. We don't have a lot of power at the moment. But maybe we'll use hospitality on Parlor. None of his cards are activatable at the moment. So we'll activate Changeover. How does Shayu work? You can only use each... Oh, so even if I had 2 Shayus, that doesn't help me. What do we have in here that we can summon? Nightmare is a good consideration to pop the other one. So I think we Hospitality. Don't want to activate that. Oh, I didn't need the Hospitality because I have the Tidings. Oh well, doesn't matter. And then I think we want to send... Yeah, we send Lorpar. And then can you only summon 8s? And you can summon 7 or 8. So I think we put an Ernest in. That or we could put Nurse. I think we do Ernest so we can summon more dragons. And then I want to make Nightmare. Could make Appaloosa. Or, can't really make that too viably here. The thing is, I can drop my Changeover. Because I don't need it this turn, and I can just get it again next turn. 2 monsters with different names. It's not going to be co-linked, which is unfortunate. Then we're going to run into the problem of I can't get this off the field, though, to make something else. I think we just go battle phase. I mean, the worst thing that could happen is he has like 2 mirror forces. So this one we're going to summon Ernest. And then Parlor. And with the fact that we still have Tiding, even if it was 2 mirror forces, I think we'd be okay. So I think I attack with Shayu first. Is the rest of that 5,400? Yeah, the rest of it's lethal. I think they're designed for those 3 to be lethal. So I can attack with Shayu first, because if I have to negate something, then Shayu switches to House and gets another attack this turn. He doesn't have anything. Alright. Well, that's a shame for you. Is he really gonna DC instead of just taking the 2 attacks? Okay. I still haven't figured out. I think my connection might not be the greatest. I mean, I can play lots of games, but obviously I don't have the greatest connection because I don't live in a really big city or anything. So maybe it's my connection that sucks. It's probably peer-to-peer connection anyways, would be my guess. So maybe we just live far away from each other. Wait, what rank was he? Gold 4. Alright, well, I mean, he's a pretty new player. What What was he playing again? Utopia? We just kind of, we negated his search. He probably really needed that search to be able to summon a Utopia. But again, if he had summoned a Utopia, it would have gotten that effect to search something because of that other card. And if I negate that effect, then I pop the Utopia immediately, and then his entire turn is a wash, right? So we definitely had a way to compete with that. And I'm really liking the Dragonmaid deck. It's working well. I feel like we're learning what to do with the deck. And that's giving us lots of options. We have the ability to beat, obviously, these lower tier decks. But I think we also can outplay higher tier decks. And that's what I'm curious to find out once we start fighting more higher tier decks. I want to see if we can actually beat them or not. Because some of them are going to be difficult. The problem is we're beating some people like this because we negated him once and then it was over, right? But I want to see if decks that can play through a negate, like Tri-Brigade, stuff like that, if we can win against those decks. Because our deck does not go down easily. Even had he made a comeback play or wiped my entire field with Mirror Force that turn, I could have just activated Tiding, summoned one of the dragons, the big dragons, back onto the field, and then activated the changeover that I already pulled earlier in the turn, and then I have another Shayu again. So, like, it's not the end of the world. I could have played around my field getting completely destroyed there, and I would have negated the first destruction, so he literally needed 2 full field wipes. Or something that would bait me into thinking it was good enough to use Shayu's effect on, and then a full field wipe. And then I would still be okay after that. So that's why I love this deck so far. I'm having a really good time with it. Looks like I got some solo duels to do today. But that's going to do it for this one. Nothing special here, except that I think we played a solid duel and we stopped him from being able to do anything. So it wasn't really a question whether we were going to win or lose. He kind of just got negated and that was it. I think we actually might have 10 legacy packs. Why don't we check it out? For some reason, something's telling me that we were really close last time and we just got 2 more. We do. All right, let's open them up. Oh, we have we have 11. These packs are so garbage. I mean, this card's cool in Duel Links. I really want that stupid Croco Dragon thing. I don't want to craft it. I don't want to spend 30 of my SR crafting points to craft a legacy card. But whatever. It's what it is. This one was a quick win. We finished our daily ranked. Hopefully you enjoyed, and I will see you next time.